My lady.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's pay me, not you. You... fine, alright? Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some backup.
A new punching.
Illusion shattered!
You're toast!
I'll be back. Following orders.
Out of the frying pan!
Shine down!
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys? You and Nihida both. Oh, and speaking of, remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up? She said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before the Sub-Zero's festival. Yeah, even if it's only... This is the place. Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside. This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this... Should we open it? Dunyarzad wrote all of this, even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's fest. She must have wanted to give this if we hadn't found this book. But now that we know, we can't... Hey! Where are you up? It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Milu's Dance of Sub-Zero.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler.
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come... What? Where are we going this time?
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this? Traveler? You don't have to get involved.
Traveler.
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the Academia, that's enough. Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course. So they're just...
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of...
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the
Yeah. What's going on here? Huh? You guys are acting weird. Hey!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host. What purple Padisaras don't exist? It's just like the example. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly... But if we... How should we make Nilu...
Am I dreaming?
Huh? Wrong guess, but as far as you know, people...
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of...
Ooh, sounds
Yep. But in the park, his piety and wisdom were acknowledged. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendro Archon smiled, his wife lying next. In the end, the first...
So, the first...
Yes.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can. The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sub-Zero's.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilu's dance.
Oh, good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time. Paimon's head feels super. Paimon thinks it. The Sub-Zero's festival! Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero's? Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal! your room. What happened? Huh? What did you...
Time to act. Body and mind.
Well done, Traveler and Paimon. And thank you.
I'm sorry, who?
Your son!
Oh, a traveler. I just said it.
Time to act.
You're actually And it's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a Among the countless dreams, once Dunyarzad could know, such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara. So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment too... Huh? Both are fine. All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions. You mean how the... Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up? It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection. Misdirection? The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru. Even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha. Besides, anyway, by now, even those who never use a got it. To be honest, oh, and go and get some.
I see. Huh.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
There have been more and more relationships recently.
to act.
Definitely have enough for a grand feast. Yes,
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds flew by.
Body in mind.
Elazar is a truly troublesome illness.
Now, this is what I call a moment of solitude.
Ad Astra Avisask.
Hi, Catherine.
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about and if possible, please
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that in that case, please go to Port Armos and
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries.
Paimon's gotta act.
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance. Ah, so it's Nahida. From when she said. So it's been you this whole time? Are you done? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream. In my dream, I also got to sit on a You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday. Huh? read her condition is stabilized. But for the moment, right. Who knows what'll happen if... So our first priority... Oh, good boy. Let's continue our okay, so do you have... Actually, I've already done a little... We're in the dark as of now. After all, I've already tried. It seems that from the very Have you already caught the signal? I'm guessing not. In any case... No way, that's... You mean it'd be too... No, doing that would be ignoring... That's a good point. Nahida, according to a popular... Okay. But, well, then I should find... You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before... Actually, I already have... We ran into her. Big Paimon still remember... She was born in the... Oh, Paimon? The name Sitaria means star. Later on, she was chosen by the... Soon after, the star began to wake, but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes. From the sound of it, Sitaria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems. Indeed. When they are presented with complex, she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage's right. That way, not from my past observation, tomorrow afternoon just have to prepare. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots. This should be Sitaria's favorite fortune teller. No, I already have a talking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fate, the divine voice of wisdom?
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering.
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we...
Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps...
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. No problem. Oh. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for... Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never...
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune-telling...
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix...
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food off...
Is this another one of Sitaria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sitaria a lot when she first moved. When I start talking with him, listen...
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so...
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you
Speaking of...
I suppose you could say it all started with my... After that, I began making pottery by...
That's nice. You're making...
So is your father...
Oh, no, not anymore.
I see. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the...
No problem. Rest easy.
This should be our final stop. Sitaria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in the city. Nahida, you've really thought of everything. It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right. I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
So, was that it? Mm-hmm. 3 familiar... what's the... Sitaria's already... I remember you mentioned... Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the Oh, Paimon! Although she knew she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sitaria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would, but if we were... So, you mean... Yep. Possessed as long as everything goes smooth... so that's how you're... Exactly. So, best of luck? That's no problem at all. That it... Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never... You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine. If it was at all Yeah, don't beat yourself up. All right, then let's give...
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Wow. Huh? All will be revealed in the next volume? Rat. Time to act.
Oh, here she comes. Satori is here. Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find...
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me is a very different.
Of course I'm listening. You were talking about...
Okay then. You just seemed a little strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They're just little darlings, aren't they? Heart and...
So, which fortune do you want me to read?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you...
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me...
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods are asking Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to...
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such demand of me. What, even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret...
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer.
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched... I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait! Whoa! She just ran off in her... Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nihira, it seems like you understand. All I know are some abstract Haravatot theories. In any case, anyway, enough of that. She's out of camp now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? gardening. But don't you hate everything to do with plants? I still remember.
You.
Fair enough. I didn't think that was something you would consider. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about... Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write... He has a quick temper.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academe... I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret.
Akeem, you don't mean... You've also...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this. You really zeroed in on me. But once everything is over... Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many...
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's...
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for in reality, shouldn't you...
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problem. She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! What should we do? This is the most important part of all. Quick.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matra right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control. Please, try to remain calm, Min. Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their heretics. What kind of King Deshret? Many people
Miss Sataria,
you know my...
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated... Please tell me, what can I do for you? I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zero's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
To fight against the academia.
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my...
The academia entrance.
Don't worry about that. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll drop...
All right, I trust you.
So,
that'll depend on...
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to... The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made... Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying... No.
Body and mind. Time to act.
Catherine, we're here! Oh, that's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind. Shh! We're on a secret mission. Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out that if something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still... Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. No, I think he's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. Huh. I also can't quite figure out... Well, regardless...
act. Time to act. Body and mind. Time to act.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Samir City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Oh no, what should we do? These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here. What? That guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here. Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on... and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the doctor. Yeah. Now that... But... What are the Fatui... Yeah. Things... Nahida said we'll meet again outside... You mean... Oh, right! Even though he turned it down there's no time to lose.
I never embark on a journey without a good book to accompany. me.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs. We are an elite brigade that
The outcast? An outcast? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us? You're up, traveler!
There is no escape.
Let me read you a verse. Time to act.
Take that!
Now you shall perish.
At the fry pan, it's for fire! It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements! Wheel of life. Wow.
Take that!
Race you! Boba, get them!
Shine down.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries? Yeah, looks like. But this doctor guy, going up against.
We'll have to grab a drink to blame me. I think I'll start with these questions.
Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. Halley! It's To be honest, I'm not doing too well.
As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only...
Oh, Kale. Speaking of Tainari,
Oh, Master Tainari?
he left? What?
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari, no, I only... to leave in such a... Master I know that before he became a
research base, huh? Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't
Got it. Will do.
How many Rupeshwahan mushrooms do I need to sell before I can
The rainforest is the best place to...
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
For the next interview, I think I'll start with these questions. The rainforest is the best place to live.
The world remains constant over centuries, but human life